Hi guys, welcome back. So I'm going to be talking about financial independence. And so this is a topic Peter and I are very passionate about. I'm going to be asking him some questions. I'll be putting him on the spot. He loves it. And he's going to be answering some questions. And I'm just going to say that if you're not subscribed to this channel, if you're new here, please subscribe so that you can stay up to date with our videos. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much, and don't forget to like. My first question for you, Mr. Peter, are you ready?
Yes.
Could you explain to us what FIRE is?
Yeah, so FIRE basically stands for Financial Independence Retire Early. It is a movement adopted by some individuals within the workforce or individuals as a whole, where they want to retire at a certain age and they need to get to their financial independence number,
Okay.
which would help them live off their investments. So retirement for some people could mean different things. For some people it could be basically not having to work for anybody. For some people it could be trying to chase their passion without the fear of failure. For some people it could be having the freedom or the time to do what they love, even though they could still be working part-time.
What do you think it would take to achieve this financial independence?
Well, that one's pretty straightforward. So for you to achieve financial independence, or your FI, as some people like to call it, you would basically need to have saved up 25 times your yearly expense. So let's say, for instance, your yearly expense is $10,000. You would need to save $250,000 for you to get to that point where 4% of that $250,000 would basically give you $10,000, and you can live off that for the rest of your life. It depends on the individual. Some people have their yearly expense at $50,000. Some people have at $40,000. Some people have at 10. Some people have at 100. You need to figure out what works for you, and basically just take everything into account for what you're spending in a year, and
Right.
calculate it from that.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Thank you. And when is the best time to start?
Well, I would say the best time to start is always now. This is just because some people like to say, or everyone knows now, that, for instance, your time in the market is better than time in the market.
What does that mean?
So the time you spend investing in the market
Okay.
is better than you trying to time the market. And
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Try
it's
to be
just
too
better
sharp.
to go for it at every
So
regardless
just
of-
start now, because with something that works best for everyone is time, and compounding works better when you have a longer time frame. So best time to start is basically today.
So what do I have to do? What can I do to be able to achieve financial independence?
First things first, in a country like Canada, you would have to know your yearly living expense. This is because without having a target set in your mind, you're just working blindly, and most times people lose motivation when they don't have a set target. So once you know your yearly expense, then you start to figure out the type of relationship you have with money, basically. Is it a healthy relationship? Is it a toxic one? Do you control money, or does money control you? If you figure out it's a negative relationship, then you have to start putting plans in place to start working so that you can have better control of your money, and basically your money can work for you. So it has to be a give and take relationship. You can't just be working for money. Money also has to work for you. So when you get all that sorted out, then you start to figure out what type of investor are you. Are you the passive? So passive, just basically sit down, relax, let your money work, go do other things that you like, and hope it grows so you meet it in front at the point that you want it to be. or active investor, which is basically you want to have control of everything. You want to do everything the way you want it. You need to have your say in taking it out, putting it in, finding your deals yourself. Well, for different people, different criteria, but I'd say for someone like me, I'm a passive investor. I basically just wanted to start the snowball effect on its own. And then you now start to figure out what type of investments can you put your money into.
Right, it's very important.
Do you want the real estate? Do you want the stocks? Options, crypto for some people. For some people, it's also starting a business. But it's a bit tricky there because you just have to figure out what works for you. There was one time I met a guy who told me that when you're trying to achieve fire, for instance, forget about your passion. Because the truth is,
I guess when you're trying to pursue money, forget about your passion.
Yeah, I mean, some people are lucky they're working in a place that they really love, but there's some people that the main purpose for fire is because they do not like their job and they want to be able to chase something that they like. I'll give you an example. When you're starting out, writing or art might not be the most profitable business for you. When I mean profitable, I mean like it's not like it doesn't make money, but it's not stable enough to pay the bills when you're starting out.
Okay.
Except you're really, really lucky. So if you have a passion for something like that, you could be chasing it on the side, but not make that your stable source of income, like something that you have to rely on to pay your bills, your mortgage, whatever you need, take care of your family and stuff like that. The reason is because when those things that are not stable, when you start to chase them aggressively, when you don't have enough money and you still have that fear of failure, you start to realize that your passion dies very fast when you don't have cash. So I understood what he was trying to say at that point when he said, like, forget about your passion, chase the money. When you achieve FI or your FI number, then you can now follow your passion, because at that point you're not scared to fail anymore.
Right.
You can take care of your family even if you fail.
Yeah.
So, and as we all know, businesses fail, inventions fail. So, yeah.
Interesting. Thank you. Okay, guys, that's it. Thank you, babe. By the way, this is not financial advice because we're not professional financial advisors. We're just talking about the steps that have worked for us because we're currently practicing this. We're going to be discussing about the retirement plan, the 4% rule, the books, helpful books that we're currently reading, helpful books that we've read, assets and investments that you can invest in that can help you on your way to financial independence, how to train your mind, the psychology behind the FIRE journey. Your mind is your biggest enemy and you need to be able to train your mind. That's the difficult part. The geographic arbitrage and various topics relating to money times 100. Okay, so we'll see you in our next video. Take care, guys. Bye.